it must be a little frustrating for you at the moment, Denis, because you've had your teammates. You've seen a lot of your teammates fight over this weekend. You've had Shemrock fight. You've had Mcgrillen, Ibrahim as well. Is that adding to the frustration a little bit because the fact that you just can't get a fight right now and you're basically begging Oktagon, come on and get it sorted?
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, I'm happy for my teammates. I'm happy for my teammates because they're doing. I would never hold it against them. Obviously, I cornered
of course.
At FCC. He put on a spectacular performance against a tough Brazilian guy. Ibragim obviously put on a spectacular performance, smoked a veteran of the game. And Mcgrillen put on a spectacular performance and beat another touted prospect out of the region. So, yeah, I'm happy for them, but obviously it is frustrating for me where I feel like I should have been fighting this weekend as well. Like, I should have been fighting in a 28,000-seater stadium. Me and Shem should have been on the same card. I'm delighted for Shem, but I should have been on there as well. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm just a bit pissed off at Oktagon, to be honest, because they promised me that I would be on there, and
so I've big shout out to Fans View MMA. I've watched the interview. I thought that was really informative as well. What's been going on with yourself? But it's quite strange. Yeah, they gave you, again, I like Oktagon, so no issues there with me. But it's a bit strange because they gave you Callum, you fought Callum, you did what they asked, and a few weeks later you're not given the fight against Petrasek, which is a bit strange. What exactly happened?
I don't know. He went missing. Do you know what I mean? He disappeared off social media. I don't know whether that was them telling him to go and disappear. Like, oh shit, we didn't expect him to win that fight. He's gone and beat him, and he's fresh, and he's saying he's ready to go in 6 weeks. Just delete your Instagram. Just delete it. Like, he can't terrorize you on Instagram if you deleted it. So he deletes it, and then 3 weeks later he comes back, and I'm like, what's up, man? Are we doing this on Eden or what? You promised we'd fight on Eden.
Yeah.
And then he's saying, oh, Eden's full. They're saying Eden's full and all this. But then why promise me that you're going to let me fight on Eden then? Do you know what I mean? If you knew Eden was full. Then we tried to make it for July, the Bratislava card. Another, at the summer party, outdoor arena as well. Not as big.
Yeah.
But would have been, at least I would have gotten in within a month or two's time. Then they say that one's full. They don't have another card till September. So, I don't know. I want to be active, I want to be... Yeah. I want to have activity. I want to fight as many times as I can throughout the year. I was looking to break the record for Oktagon for the most fights I consider, since last June or, May. I've had 5 fights now. So I was hoping that, by the end of this year, I could have had another 4. But September and then October, unless I fight every month, do you know what I mean? I'm not realistically going to be able to have another 4 of mine. And September is the earliest that they're giving me. So I don't know. I thought that, doing the numbers, putting on the performances I'm putting on, that they'd want to promote me, but it doesn't look like they do. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I was also very, it just made no sense to me, in this sense, because you were looking for fights here outside of Oktagon. And initially they just said no, which is why would they do that? I don't get it. If you can't fight and you can't get regular fights, why would they not make you fight at, I don't know, Cage Legacy or a smaller promotion like that?
So initially they did say no, and then eventually they said yeah, I can fight on another promotion. So I think I might have a couple fights lined up now for summertime, not on Oktagon. But yeah, it's weird because I would have rather just fought on Oktagon or Fabric or PML, which it seems like they're sister promotions to Oktagon. So they're in the Slovakia and the Czech Republic, and a lot of Oktagon guys are fighting over there. Hafeni Nafuka fought on PML, for example. Aaron McDonald fought on PML. That Fabric as well, they're a similar sort of thing. They're a feeder promotion or a sister promotion or whatever. I don't really understand the dynamics of it, but
Yeah.
I could have got a fight there. No one for me anywhere. Really, no one for me anywhere. But then there's other guys that aren't doing the numbers I'm doing that are getting given fights. So I don't know. Like, I don't understand what it is with me wanting to be active and not being given the opportunity to do that. You know, it is what it is. Like, I guess you can't fully put the blame on Oktagon though, because at the end of the day, they can't force anyone to sign a contract to fight me. Like, they have put names in front of me. People have refused to fight as well. So it's not just like, oh, Oktagon doesn't have fighters. It's a matter of like the whole lightweight roster being absolute pussies and not wanting to fight me. And I don't blame them. After seeing what I did to the last two guys, I don't blame them. I made it look like child's play.
Yeah.
No one wants to be played around with like that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yeah, man. That was I mean, just going by the last two bouts, man. Fucking flawless performance. It's almost like you weren't, you know, I mean, you never chased the KO like that, but you almost just let it go. You just let the fight go a little bit longer, just so you can kind of pepper them a little bit more, get that bit more cage time, get a bit more experience. Am I right in saying that?
I don't hunt for a kill shot unless it's there. Like, even the couple knockouts I do have, I didn't hunt for them. They just came. Like, I threw out something in a combination and it landed and knocked them out. And it's like, oh, okay, that landed. I wasn't expecting that to knock him out, but whatever. But yeah, I will just play with people. You know, I will play with them. And I'm a bit of a sadist, you know. I feel like a knockout doesn't hurt. Like, anyone who's been knocked out, it doesn't hurt, you know. Like, you just it lands, it's like nothing hit you, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, what the fuck did I get knocked out? You know what I mean? Getting a beating, sustained beating for 15 minutes fucking hurts. Yeah. So you're in the back, your legs sore, your ribs are sore, your head's sore, you know, you're cut up, you've got stitches in, you know. I think it's worse. I'm looking to put damage on people, you know, and really damage people. Cut them up, leave them with something to think about me with, and that's what I do. And I think that's why people don't really want to fight me. They realize that I'm a bad style for anyone. You know, there's not really a style that's bad for me now, especially with the improvements I've made in my grappling. So I don't blame them for not wanting to fight me, but I still think they're pussies, you know.
Do you also think it's because of, you know, just to be frank with you, Dennis, it's also the record? Because 2-2 doesn't look like it's, you know, it is what it is with 2-2, but because they're 9-2, they're 8-2. You know, they don't want to lose to you.
Okay, so this is the thing about the record. Yeah, this is the thing about the record.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone knows. Yeah, that my 2-2 record. Yeah, one of my wins got removed from my record, so I'm technically 3-2. The two fights on the show that I had were pro rules fights. Yeah. And everyone watched those. Everyone who's watching me has watched those. Yeah. So
more so than PFL as well.
Do you know what I mean? So technically I should be 5-2. But they want to use that as an excuse. There's nothing else about it. They, like, some of these guys are fighting guys with worse records than me. Do you know what I mean? They're happy enough to fight a guy who's fucking 2-1 or 4-3. Same difference. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you want to, because it's me, you want to say, oh, you're only 3-2. It's bollocks. They're just pussies. They know what the situation is. You know, it was a big mismatch with Siraki taking it. He was 30 fights in. I battered him. I made it look easy. Regardless of what my record was, I beat the fuck out of him. Callum's 6-2. I beat the fuck out of him. So, you know, records mean fuck all. And that's why, to be fair, I respect those two so much for taking the fight, because they actually had the balls to take the fight. They thought that they could come in and beat me, and, you know, obviously got proven wrong, but at least they had the balls to step in there with me. These other guys, they don't have balls, you know. They need someone to find the balls for them.
What do you think about the Czech fighters in general?
Pussies.
Just
every one of them are pussies.
Yeah.
No, I had some semblance for respect for them before, but I used to think, like, Eastern Europeans are hard. Everyone thinks, oh, you know, the Polish, the Eastern Europeans, they're hard. You know, they're hard guys. But, mate, like, so far, they've been proving me wrong about that. I know for a fact if there's some Polish fighters that probably would take the fight against me because they're hard cunts. But as for the Czech Republic and Slovakia, maybe there's a reason they got steamrolled by the Nazis. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I didn't even know how to move on from that, but you're always coming out with the drama, man. All the time, Denis, man. Always non-stop with you. I know this from the messages, man. I know you're in a vicious mood. Jess Paulo, yeah. Tell me the story with that guy.
I don't even need to speak about him, to be honest. I don't even want to give him the clout, to be fair. He's irrelevant. He's got training wheels on. He's had about 40 amateur fights. He's too scared to go pro and have a real fight. So that's all I have to say about him. But he wants to talk shit about me and my skill set behind my back, but act all pally in person. So yeah, I've nothing really else to say about that little snake. His nickname is the Cobra. So be careful of cobras in your ranks. That's what I'll say.
Is there anyone that you'd want to fight? You're just ready to fight within the next month, yeah? Obviously, a smaller promotion. It wouldn't be Oktagon. Do you have any names in mind?
I mean, Cage Legacy Dublin. I got offered Conor McCarthy. He's a bit of a prospect at amateur in Ireland. I think he's like 1-0 or 2-0 as a pro. I'm not really sure. I didn't really ask. But I said yes. And I think he was already matched, but they were trying to make a different match, which would have been me. And his team said no. So, understandable. He's a young guy. He's just getting into the pro ranks. As I said, I've had, 7 fights at professional against high caliber opponents. All high caliber opponents. Bar maybe one. So yeah, it would be probably a bit too steep of a test for him at the moment. I'd rather not fight an Irish guy, to be honest. Like, I don't want to fight my own countrymen, do you know what I mean? Unless I have to. As far as regionally, there's not really anyone that piques my interest, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, in the regional scene, that's not like signed to a Cage Warriors, signed to a FCC. I can't fight an FCC there on Fight Pass. Mikey Thompson. I offered him a fight. I offered him out. He said he's up for a fight, but he doesn't want to fight till September. But then is fighting in June on UKFC. Anyway. He's got a fight, so I'm like, why are you fighting him then? Like, if you didn't want to fight till September, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I would have thought you wanted to avenge, the Shem loss in some way, maybe get some kind of dignity back for that one, but it is what it is. I think he knows what the story is as well. Maybe his coach has told him to bad shout that,
I have got a blueprint. I have got a good blueprint, for a big fight in summer. So just, you get a few wins, regional scene, sets up a big fight with Akonne Wanliss, man. No?
Akonne Wanliss, yeah. Mate, he's currently like, what, 2-1 in the promotion? 2-1-1, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest. I don't know, like, arguably, he doesn't deserve a fight against me. He's on a loss right now, isn't he?
I'm on 2 wins. He lost to a former champion, to be fair. Legersky. Solid competitor.
Yeah, he's shy.
Why do you think Legersky's shit?
They're all shit, mate. They're all shit. There's listen, in that lightweight division right now, there's there's 2 to 3 guys that I'd be like, oh, they would be a challenge. That would get me up out of bed in the morning thinking, this guy can knock me out. This guy can finish me. Yeah. 3, 4, maybe 4 guys tops. Yeah. That I would fight. Obviously, like the likes of Shem, I wouldn't fight him anyway. Yeah. Keita. Yeah. Ronnie Paradisier. Machayev. Who's now just out of the Game Changer now. Thought he had a bit of a wobbler of a performance against that Duque, but Duque's a veteran, But Machayev's a tough fight. Other than that,
Nah.
I look at that top 10 rankings and I'm like, there's not really anyone particularly worrisome. I think everyone in there has they're very one-dimensional skill set. Hafeni Nafuka, yeah, let's say, for example, ranked number 4, yeah. He's got okay jiu-jitsu. That's it. His striking is literally like not even beginner level. It's like novice level striking, yeah. Like, I would have beat him up after 2 months of Muay Thai. You know? Conrad Driska hasn't fought in years. Got beat up by Jan Saraki. Like, won the fight, but got beat up by him. Dropped twice, all of that, yeah. And you saw what I did to Jan Saraki. Enough said.
Yeah.
Who's ranked number 3? Legersky, is he? Is Legersky ranked number 3?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah. He's a
Bang
dark
average.
horse of sport, really. He's a dark horse,
but he's bang average, mate. He's bang average. Like he doesn't know what a feint is. Akon, to be honest, I'll be honest, yeah, I think Akon got lucky against Siraj. Siraj was emotional, came in charging,
Really?
and just like, yeah, bro. I watched that fight with Akon. Yeah, I watched that fight with Akon. Like his footwork is terrible. He can't fight moving backwards. He doesn't throw a jab. He doesn't throw straight shots. He just throws big hooks, big swinging hooks. Yeah, and lucky for him, Siraj charged in, was just emotional about it, and he got clipped. You know, and Akon's a big boy. I'm sure he hits hard. Like we all fucking hit hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Akon hits hard, but it's not like there was nothing in that fight against Siraj that showed me like, oh, he's a sniper. He's a technical, like, you know what I mean? And then that got exposed against Legersky.
Yeah, I think it was because of the weight cut as well, man. If I, I don't want to make too many excuses.
Stop it, mate. Everyone's
You don't
giving
think it's for that?
about the weight cut. Mate, when I fought on Oktagon Challenger, I had to make lightweight twice in 2 weeks, and I walk around heavier than Akon does. Yeah, twice in 2 weeks I had to make it. I fought Hassan. Literally 14 days later, I fought against Bo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got dropped, probably as a result of the weight cut. But guess what? I fought through it, and I fucking beat him. Because that's what fighters do. We don't fucking make excuses. The weight cut and this and that and the other. Like, come on, man. You signed up to be in a fucking tournament. No one put you into it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you should have gone and just stayed doing whatever the fuck you were doing, stripping and that, like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But yeah, that's a wild one. What do you think your future is in Oktagon then, man? Because I know you want to be very active here, but at the same time, I know you're not looking for a very long career, man. You're saying 3 or 4 years tops, just based on our
No. I want to go. I'm not for me. It's not about years. I want to get 35 to 40 fights pro. Yeah. That's
mad. Yeah, that's big.
So 3-4 fights a year on average until I'm 39, say. Yeah. 38, 39. I think that's a good amount of fights. I started the game late. I don't have a lot of wear and tear on my body from years and years of doing MMA. So I think I can do it. But me fights, bro. They just need to give me fights. I'm sitting here bored at me, not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure you're pissed off a lot of the time. How are you dealing with that, other than beating up Armin, obviously?
Punching up Armin. Just training, bro. Just training and keeping myself occupied with a few bits and bobs. But yeah, like there's nothing that cures that itch of wanting a fight, like a fight. So
yeah,
we just have to be patient and see what happens. You know what I mean? Get a couple regional fights. You know, planning a trip to Thailand soon, maybe. So maybe have a few scraps out there. Have a few gym scraps out there. You know what I mean? Like maybe that'll cure the itch a little bit. And then
definitely,
September,
man. Definitely.
Hopefully September. And then I think they're putting on a good few shows between September and December. So maybe I'll be able to get my 4 or 5, 6 fights at the end of the year. You know, who knows?
Yeah, man. God willing, man. I'm hoping that that happens for you, Denis. But look, thank you for coming on the show again, man. Freaking awesome as always. But look, the last word goes to you. You know, shout out whoever you want to shout out, plug anything that you like to plug, call out anyone you'd like to call out. Go for it, man. It's your spot.
Yeah, I'll go for it now. So shout out Menace MMA 2.0. Instagram have deleted my old account. follow me up, share my things, try and get me back up there, because I spent a long time building that profile up and it's been banned. So it is what it is, but we go again. As for who I'd like to call out, everyone knows who I want to fight. I want to fight Hafeni Nafuka, really. But I'm willing to fight Hassan Diaz if he wants to come out of hiding. You know, he hasn't fought in a while. So if Hassan Diaz wants to be the first German on my hit list to get put in a little kraut spliff, he can be the first. And then obviously, shout out Shemrock for doing a 187 on a cop.
That was so sick, man. I can't believe he did that. Like, I thought, you know what, just going on that quickly, I thought he genuinely held that in for about a second longer. I was like,
definitely. He wouldn't let go. You know what I mean? Like, there was no referee there. He was
it was who was it that's stopping it? John? Is it John? Oh, I can't remember his name.
Mark Goddard. Mark Goddard.
That's it. Yeah, he looked pissed off with Shem, man. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, of course he was, because you meant to let go straight away, and he was like, "Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go." Do you know what I mean? So
awesome, man. But yeah, thank you, Denis. And we'll put all the links below. We'll make sure that your Instagram is shouted out. But thanks, bro. Have a good one.
Page, man. Tag up the page. Appreciate you having me on, lad.
Bro.
Nice one.